That is 100% leftovers. Well, it's not actually, I'm telling lies. It's a majority leftovers and a little bit of flour and egg. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing a leftover quiche. A Christmas leftover quiche. We're using mashed potato. We're going to make the pastry with mashed potato. We're going to throw all the rest of the ingredients in that we've got left over, and we're going to make a quiche. Something a little bit different than bubble and squeak. Everybody to their own, but this pans it out a little bit more. Serve it up with some cranberry sauce and you've got a fantastic after Christmas afters quiche. Okay, in here, ordinary flour. Now I've got rosemary salt here and you've seen it so many times on this channel, so I'm not even going to say there's a link up there. If I remember, I'll put the link up there. Okay, rosemary salt in there, a little pinch. That is going to flavour up our pastry. Now the thing is with this, you have to be very careful. It depends how you've seasoned your mashed potato. Now, mashed potato wants to be a bit dry. If not, you're going to have to use more flour. Now, I can tell you now that this has been in the fridge a couple of days and it's a bit wet. So, we might have to work it, not to worry. You know, when I made it, it was quite dry. But, you know, sitting around in the fridge, it has time to moisten. We want to be going in there with our butter. I want to get our hands in. And we want to rub all this in together. Make a dough. Make fine breadcrumbs, make a dough. So just work it in nice and gently. It's the usual lift, drop, rub together. Now don't get stressed over it, you know, you've got to bring it in, whatever. You know, and it's not necessarily going to be a short crust pastry as such, because we are using the mashed potato, but it's still going to work. Now, like I say, my mashed potato is a little bit damp. We might have to add a little bit more flour. Okay, I can tell you now, I'm going to add some. Now, we're not going to go crazy. We're just going to put about that in, which is about a tablespoon, and just bring it in. Now we don't want it too floury, but I don't want to be working with a soggy dough. See, this is coming together very nicely. So let's just bring that together, eh? We'll have that together. Now we're not going to try and overwork this. That will do. We do need to roll it out to whatever size tin that you want to use. Now, really you could chill that, I reckon. In this case, I don't normally chill, and I'm not going to do today either actually, but you know, you could chill that, crack on with the rest of the stuff. But hey, come on. We don't need to rush. It's the day after Christmas, you know. There you go. Right, well, I've got an assortment of things here. Now, this is a pie tin. Okay, no bottom. This is a square tin with a loose bottom. And this is a quiche tin with a loose bottom. Now, the decisions are, which tin do you want to use to make your quiche? Now, we have a reasonable amount of ingredients here. I'm thinking that we actually use the square one and make a deep one. So on there, take a pin. Right, now be careful rolling this out. It's not going to go out like normal pastry. This is quite loose. So we're just going to go nice and steady. I'm not going to firm it up in the fridge, like I say. We're just going to roll it a little bit, and then if we have to manipulate it in the tin, we will. I'm hoping I can get it to the size of that. If I can, I'm going to do a deep dish. That would be awesome. Okay, we've got our pastry rolled out there. Look, we've got a lovely flecks of potato in there from the mash. I think what we might need to do is cut some parchment for there. Okay, what we've done, we've lined out this square tin. Now, what we're going to try and do is get that in there. Whew. Now, it could break up. It's mashed potato. Now, if it breaks up, let me just put that like that a minute. If it breaks up, just work it with your fingers and put it back in there, you know. So, we need to drop down a base like that. Just drop it in and then we can manipulate it. Just get it in there. It's going to be an interesting bake, this one. We've got a little bit there. Look, let's have that off there. See that little bit there? We're dealing with mashed potatoes. It should do the job. In there like that. Now, we're going to put a little overhang on here if it will allow. Because I think this is going to shrink in drastically with it being mashed potato. Now for all the Irish grandmas out there or Scottish that actually do this kind of stuff, I hope it works out at this end. So we want to be one of those, I reckon. Take some scissors and we're going to cut in there like that. Okay, we're not making this too complicated. In there, like that. That, nice and gently, is going to fit in there. Right, in there with some baking beads. Now, I do think this is going to come in on the side, so we're just going to try and put some up the side a little bit to hold it up. Right, that is going to go in our oven. We're going to go for it. You know, we don't mess around, do we? Okay, that gives us 10 minutes to clean up. Okay, there you go. We've had about 15 minutes in here. I've left it 15. I was only going to give it 10, but I was looking at the side and the side had no colour. So if it's got no colour, it ain't done. Got to be taking these beads out of here now and be extremely careful. In there. We are using eggs in our recipe for our quiche, and I want to egg wash that inside. So I'm going to egg wash it with this. So we're just going to give these a beating now. And we'll egg wash it. It's the old-fashioned way. Now, it's an old-fashioned trick, this. If you've never heard it before, there you go. If you have heard it before and don't like it, don't use it. And there'll be some saying, I never get a soggy bottom. And I'll be saying, well, good luck to you. Okay, job done. Now, I would normally put this in for 5 minutes, but I actually want a little bit of heat on there. I might just put that in for a little bit longer. Okay, we've had about 5 minutes in there, look. And what we've got now is a sealed inside. So when we put our wet mixture in there, it's going to be sealed. Now I'm just going to put this to one side so we can do the wet mixture. Now this is a very straightforward one. We've got some milk in there. We're going to go in there with our eggs that we've just beaten up to use as that egg wash. A little bit of seasoning of choice. A little bit of black pepper. A little bit of nutmeg actually in this one. I've got a little pinch of rosemary salt. And I'm using up my English mustard so I can use my English mustard. So we're going in there with about a teaspoon. So just give that a little mix. There you go. Okay, the contents for this can't be any easier. We're using leftovers. Okay, we got some potato there, look. They look a bit sad now. Got sprouts. Got a little bit of stuffing. And we've got some chopped ham. Now you can use bacon, turkey, you can use anything. It's open to what you want. So what we need to do is we want some potatoes, but we want like little cubes of potato in our quiche. So we're going to put that to one side like that. Not so much crunch on these now they've been in the fridge, look. Now you can really go to town, you know, you can use carrots, cabbage, you can use whatever you like. Don't worry about it. Sprouts. Now we're not going to put these sprouts in like that, we're going to quickly chop them up any old how. You can put them in halves if you wanted. I've already got some cubed up ham. That can go in there with that. Crumble up your stuffing. A nice little mixy in there. Evenly distribute it. And that is the contents of our pie. And some chestnuts. Roasted chestnuts, just give them a break up. Get them in there. That's going to give us another dimension inside the pie. That is a fantastic filling for a quiche. Come on. Now what I am going to do actually, even though we've got that stuffing in there, we're just going to add a pinch of mixed herbs. In we go. On there, cheddar cheese. After all, we're making a quiche. Pour gently. Look at that. Okay, out we come. Just look at that. This thing is really too hot. We got to take a skewer. It's clean as a whistle. That's cooked all the way through there. All we're going to do now, leave it about 5 minutes or so, 6, well, leave it a little bit longer actually. We want to eat it warm, not hot. So it always looks like it's going to drop out of the pie tin, but it gets stuck at the back, so we have to have a little jiggle. Right, come on. Oh, I'm talking rubbish. It's dropped straight out. Oh, I can't believe that. How easy is that? So there you are. That, in my book, is the best reuse of our Christmas stuff. Let's go for it. Come on, are we ready for this? That is 4 portions. It is, isn't it? Come on, let's just come through here. Stop messing around. Oh, it smells amazing. It really does. Oh, looky here. Oh, that is 100% leftovers. Well, it's not actually, I'm telling lies. It's a majority leftovers and a little bit of flour and egg. And this is cranberry sauce. Just look at that in here. Oh, it's a bit soft. Oh, it's a bit soft. Well, not that soft really. Oh, look at the contents in there. Sprouts, stuffing, potatoes. Come on. Oh, and that pastry, that's held together really well. Look at that. That is incredible. Wow. That is absolutely sensational. Now we made a deep dish quiche there, and it's taken about 38 minutes to cook. I didn't quite like the look of it when I looked at it. I left it a little bit longer. About 38 minutes that. If it would have been a normal quiche, a thin quiche, you'd have probably got away with 25 minutes. And this is obviously going to be nice cold. This is still warm. Look in there. That is sensational. We got our ham, we got our sprouts, we got everything in there. Chestnuts, the lot, the cheese on the top. That is superb. That is really, really good. And that pastry, as we know, is mashed potato. Delicious. So there you go. That's so easy to put all those leftovers, and it is all leftovers, into there. The pastry, the filling, everything. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of flour, eggs and milk, bit of seasoning of choice. Come on, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, tell your friends. Tell them how easy it is to throw it all together. If you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video.